today I will play one game of chess online, but using an actual chessboard. I will use the eONE, which is working on both Lichess and chess.com. Let's play one game and see how it works. Let's go, game started. They are playing e4, and we respond with the move e5. There we go. Knight here. As you can see, the moves of my opponents are just shown by the LED light. So I can just focus by looking directly at this board. I don't need to watch the phone. Well, I might need to watch it just for the time control. There we go. We are in the Scotch game. I'm going to take here. This is all theory. I'm trading a central pawn for another central pawn. Ooh, this is the so-called Scotch gambit. They are not taking back the pawn, but they are developing the bishop to look at this pawn that is the most vulnerable point in this e45 structure, because the pawn on f7 is just protected by the king. In this position, I have to be really, really quick and develop all my pieces and try to castle as soon as possible. Ooh, knight g5. This is a very tricky line. Now to play them, okay, they are attacking this pawn at the same time. I think we have to play d4. d5, sorry. This is a key move, a very important move in basically any of the e45 structure. Usually black needs to play this move in order to defend and to counterattack the center. For the moment, I still have an extra pawn, but I'm now sacrificing a pawn in order to release the pressure towards f7. They have different options, but I think, yeah, taking with the pawn is the most normal one. Now, my knight is under attack, and I have to move it one more time. I want to guys show one very cool feature. This board is so smart that if you try to remove the queen of your opponent, the light is flashing and it say, hey, put the queen back. Sorry board. Now, my knight is under attack. I might have to move it. I can go either on a5 or towards the center. I think I shouldn't take there on d5 because there is the sacrifice of the knight on f7. This is also very typical in the fried liver. I will go with the knight in the center, knight e4. I'm attacking the bishop and I'm protecting the pawn on f7. Also, the knight is in the center of the board. It's just better than being on the side, I guess. So we'll stick it there. From time to time, make sure to check your time situation so you keep it under control. For now, it's all good. The bishop is giving a check to my king. And I can cover either with the bishop or with the knight or with the pawn on c6. I will go with the bishop here. Let's go. I find it very, very nice to protect it this way. Yeah, queen e2 is actually a very smart move because now my knight is also under attack. I need to reply with a super smart move. Can I do that? Because now the threat is f4. So I will play bishop e7 and oh no, my knight. But basically if the queen is taking the knight, I'm going to take the bishop. And if the bishop is taking the bishop with a check, I'm going to take back with the knight. Like this, everything is protected, and there will be this weak little pawn here, this one, that I'm going to capture. It's going to be nice. Sorry, board, I will put the pawn back. This is the same if you play an illegal move. The board is saying like, no, that doesn't work. I'm expecting, ooh, okay, I wanted to say either the move castle or the move bishop takes. a4 is another move that is protecting the bishop. And what can I do next? I mean, I might take, this is option number one, or I can castle, but then this knight is hanging. I need to protect that little pony, and I love it. I'm going to take there. Bing, boom, bam. I'm suddenly not sure anymore. Because if I take the queen is taking back with check, and then this pawn might be lost. I can go with the queen, the pawn takes, and then I will go for this. Let's sacrifice a pawn. I'm taking this bishop, and I'm going for fire. Now, if they take back with the pawn, I'm going to take the central pawn, protect my knight, and I have a lovely position. Okay. If they would have taken with the queen, I would have played queen d7, and after they take this pawn, I castle, sacrifice the pawn, and the queen is very much in trouble there. Remember that the b and the g pawn are called poison pawns, meaning that usually it's not so convenient to take them. Let's go. We took the pawn in the... We just took the pawn in the middle of the board. I don't have to mess up with English verbs. Now, I'm attacking the pawn on g2, which is a poison pawn, we said, meaning that you have to be really, really careful about capturing it or not. For example, if I would take this pawn and there would be a rook going on g1, my queen would be trapped. That's why you can take sometimes those pawns, but you have to be really, really sure that you have, first, you have a way to go back with your queen, and second, that you don't lose so much time by taking the pawn, going back with the queen, that actually your opponent has compensation for the sacrifice. Now they are castling. This is very smart. And let's try to play an illegal move. Let's try to capture the king. Yeah, the board is not accepting this move, so we have to bring the king back and the queen also back. Great. We will rather play a legal move, and so we will go with the move castle. There we go. And now we have 1, 2, 3 pawn. We have an extra pawn. They are attacking the knight, and we need to protect it with the bishop. Perfect. What to play? They might try to develop their pieces here. In the meantime, guys, if you also want to get this board, they made a move. So I will bring my rook to the party on the e file looking at the queen. If you also want to get this board, there is my link in the description, and with code Alessia, you get 10% off. Alessia, it's my name. I think actually you get 10% off on this board or on any other boards by Millennium. I think this one is a great value for price, and I find it very useful to train for your next OTB tournament, or if you just want to experience how cozy it is to play on an actual board. I have a super strong move. But first of all, thank you so much, Millennium, for sending this super little cute board. I love to play on this board. I'm going to play knight there. This is so powerful. I'm attacking the queen with the rook. I'm also attacking the rook with the knight. This is a very strong discovery attack. And if the queen takes, I can just take with the other rook. If the other rook takes, I can take back with the knight. So I'm not getting a back rank mate. I'm also attacking this little cozy pawn on b2, but nobody really cares about it right now. Also, this knight is in danger because what I'm noticing is that this bishop is protecting at the same time the rook and the bishop. And so if I take the rook and the bishop takes, this knight might be also hanging. Ouch. I'm checking now the time. You can check it. Basically, you have an app that you can connect to your Chess or chess.com account. You start the game from here and you can play directly from the board. To check the time from time to time, just take your phone and say, okay, I have 5 minutes, all good. Anyway, with this board, you have to play rapid games, which are the best to train for your OTB tournament, and also, like, makes sense because you don't want to be in time trouble. Okay, so the queen goes here, and now I can see that there is a sort of checkmate threat in there. I have to be careful about avoiding that. That's why I'm going to... I'm going to first trade, because when you have more pieces, you want to trade material. Sorry, when you have piece advantage, right? You want to trade. Now the bishop is taking, there we go. Now I'm going to take this rook with the knight, and then I'm going to take the other knight as well. So if the bishop takes, I'm capturing the knight. And I will have an extra rook. That's lovely. When you have extra material, there are 2 ways to win the game. 1, actually 3 ways. No, I'm kidding. I will not tell you the third one. So 1 is to trade pieces and to win the endgame. 2 is to use your extra pieces to attack the king and give checkmate. The bishop is now taking the knight, and we go here with the queen and snap this knight. Great. Now, I think I love to give checkmate, and so I'm not trading anything here unless it's needed. I'm going to give mate. And I see already the knight that could jump forward, the rook that could join the e file and maybe give a back rank checkmate. I'm actually threatening queen c1, which is not yet mate, because the queen could cover on f1. But it's lovely. It's nice. Looking great. Actually, there is a great tactic. Queen c1 is a huge threat. Can you see the tactic after queen c1? and the queen covers, I have a huge, nice little tactic. Black to move and win. My opponent is in the meantime thinking. And the move is bishop takes h2. Check. The king has to take, and then the queen is no longer protected by the king. And so I won the queen. Oh, I realized that they resigned. I just realized that they resigned. Okay, they resigned. Oh, actually, I removed the sounds. But if not, you can keep the sounds. And when your opponent is resigning, there will be a sound that tells you that you won the game. Okay, that's amazing, guys. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. If you also want to get this amazing board for Christmas maybe, or just to make a gift to yourself to enjoy the coziness to play chess from a real board, use my link in the description and get 10% off with Alessia. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Ciao!